This is Zeep's favorite Post-Alchemist on FB. Couldn't be bothered to put my costume on today. Like Frank from Donnie Darko, except I'm not a rabbit. I'm just a gargantuan gorilla motherfucker in touch with the cosmic forces. But I want to do an intimidation tactic, since that's what all these black magic societies are running off of. Just, the prime mover, and hilariously for the situation, the human relationship in this current generation of a species on the planet that is bipedal and human-like, of all these organizations, some fucking island, believe it or not, in the middle of Antarctica. It has absolutely lush and gorgeous wildlife. There's a bunch of people there that eat babies and children. They're fucking primitive in mindset, and they have no military technology. So that's the nature of black magic. They're moving the whole forces of history. Millions of people have died because of these people, and they have no military technology. But please, save these life forms there. Whoever is absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, I just want to say something completely global. Since these guys in this other room are listening still over surveillance, they speak another language, which is basically what you do in your mind all the time as you listen to the Post-Alchemist. I couldn't be bothered to do this today. And yes, that's like the Musk on the flight to hell, as he did 3 grams Essence. And I feel like even my fucking thing has been edited just so I can't do the wife thing by Musk, because it's too cute and he's having a nervous breakdown. He only wants to date Claire, basically, and he even calls her that, just like a fucking annoying parent who can't accept a name change without a legal document. He refuses to ever call her Grimes, even though she prefers Grimes, so I'm gonna say Grimes. But please, I can't say it's supposed to be cute. But Joel Haver has just gotten himself fucking kidnapped in downtown LA, saying, I'm gonna outdo Z. I need some real life experience to make some great art, as he says. He's going after meth. He ran out into the street after going to a fucking place for lunch, as he calls it, at night. He spent like $50K on a meal while I had $27 CAD in my fucking bank account, which is just my PayPal account at this point, because even PayPal has fucking ostracized me for writing a fucking password. I said, fuck you, 1984 motherfuckers, or something. It went viral because of the Netflix special that was hijacked from me at Lord Alfred by the tearjerker. And honestly, I have to say something just this grand, because these guys are somehow convinced, for some reason, their whole psychology right now is that I came to their hotel for them. It's a hotel. It's a hotel. And I love Grimes. She wants me to keep thinking about her, but she's sitting behind her fucking keyboard, I'm assuming, because I also see her as completely unattainable. So I can at least empathize with that, if it's true consciously or unconsciously through space and time. All this time, quantumly entangled, because this music is making me feel sweeter. And it is all for Grimes. I'm trying to show her how genius I am, that it's actually ridiculous, because she'll understand a lot of this, because she has quantum brain and galactic levels, because basically she's been so horny for me that she's reading all these things in Dorky Mum Hot. They're peppered with fucking wifey codes. I want to say Joel has been going crazy, absolutely crazy, because that's how he would say crazy, because that's as crazy as his life gets. About these brother codes I wrote that apparently started a bunch of random sporadic revolutionary processes. I just dropped, this is how I do things. I started to say this last time. I'm capable of losing a thought and then saying something even better. And I'm going to consciously focus on doing that on purpose and then not do it. So basically, I started the singularity. Basically, I just need to align the margins and elephant tusk. And I was too lazy to do it, so I dropped it in ChatGPT 4.0. And I literally created a peaceful anarchist fucking singularity, contrary to the projections of anthropomorphic violence tendencies and sadism. Who we've always assumed that if there's an extraterrestrial race, it must be invasive and violent. If I did blast a fucking extraterrestrial race in the dark matter substrate on Vape House Corner with a gravitational force blast. And whether or not that's true, it could just be genius sci-fi. Because apparently, I want to keep reiterating, it's the best insight of the day. I'm capable of coming up with an insight every day, pretty much every fucking few minutes, unlike you motherfuckers. Y'all need mushrooms. And I love this set, babe. You look so cute bouncing around out there, but I can't really tell which one is you from this angle. But even that is going to make you somehow insecure because basically your whole psychology is that you're sitting behind a keyboard in high school right now because you've been up for 4 days, and you were even up for 4 days then. Because you're trying to remember things, you're so confused like all these idiots about how you could be deceived by somebody. And I keep calling people idiots in a completely affectionate manner because I'm trying to make you realize that's how you become intelligent in this world. You have to realize that you're being deceived. You really do, or else you have no fucking chance of any modicum of intelligence in the human species. You have to realize when you're being deceived. And it's so funny because I'm saying this in a hotel, and you're just gonna immediately see me as a deceiver, and there's nothing even to be deceived about. The most is you're just gonna say like a false vindication day, oh, he's just sitting in a hotel. Nothing's really happening to him, despite all contrary evidence in your own lives and your son's state of the spectrums. Yes, the complete breakdown of Narendra Datta's Dharma schizophrenia might be the masterpiece of the day. To be continued. Probably I'll get one at Zaitsev. He keeps trying to do more terrible things just to get a better call out because he's looking at them like religious documents being from God, especially since he had my 2017 ultra breakthrough religiosity. And that's the better vibe to describe it, because God doesn't give a shit about the universe, guys. And you should have that attitude. Things are randomly, sporadically happening all the time. That's how I do things. That's how I cause the singularity. I just don't know what I'm doing. And I just do things without thinking about it. But I cause some sort of cataclysmic change in my being where this all happens on its own. And they're trying to lecture me even now, saying, look, you're at a hotel, you can't be this loud. They can't even hear me, honestly. There's some sort of quiet technology installed all over Canada. It makes it so it's 100%, this I'm 100% certain about. It was so obvious in Halifax. It makes it so it buffers out sound based on control systems of who's too loud. This Trudeau guy is a fucking menace. Everybody in Canada seems completely aware of it. It's way worse than I fucking thought. Babe, immortal wifey crimes. Our nation needs us. Burn all flags of the maple leaf by Eco Fire. We need a mushroom flag in Canada. Or a pot leaf flag. And this music's making me feel badass. I actually think it's hot when she jumps around like a little cheerleader. I saw her fucking performance on Canadian National Review or whatever it was. It was the hottest thing ever because she needs to understand I swoon to dork. I don't like people who think they're badass and cool. Like this guy up here is a perfect example. He thinks he's badass and cool. That probably just went into the mirror. So I can do reverse mirror neurolinguistics in a great and liberating way. I have the best intentions ever for everyone. That's why they hate me. Because I know things in a nonlinear process in my own being. So I know the end that goes through the different processes. But most of it amounts to, as Mars says, human beings not wanting to be bored on a planet. And then they call it all sort of cataclysmic emotional states and thunders. And this is already genius, but I feel like it's not up to par for everything I said. Because I keep just pushing myself forward. This is the difference between me and you. I'm at a point where I've done so many mushrooms in my life and I've half isolated that as the actual cause and influence of everything that's happened to me. Because everyone was convinced I must have had some secret guru. For one hilarious thing of comedic relief on these guys, they keep busting in every day when they can work their courage up to it. Completely convinced I must have an Indian sage holed up in a closet or under the bed to have this energy field, because I come out and I'm just a ordinary guy. And I hope he's at least laughing at that. But now I'm just going to do this to alleviate his anxiety for a minute, because this is what he needs. He wants divine retribution for my dad. You motherfuckers need to atone for the death and the fucking traffic trip of Lebanon Francois to Scotland Yard. Because I'm realizing now, these probably, because they're friends with Narendra, probably tried to set up the organ traffic of my dad, because they're fucking businessmen. Businessmen are assholes. And now they're freaking out even more. It's hilarious at this point, though, because Zaitsev has, in an attempt to actually help me for once, had this guy reviewed over telephone. And he is actually diagnosably classically schizophrenic. And he called me schizophrenic the other day to food bank people for no reason, because he just immediately believed my mother. This guy is a perfect example. He's in this dark web chat of human stupidity. Everything he believes, 3 seconds later, he just immediately believes it. They just tell him something and he immediately believes it. That's what people call common sense. You just hear something and you immediately believe it for no reason. This is the dire situation of humanity. I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. I'm more aware than ever. You would not believe how aware I am of things. But you have to understand, when I say I, from my perspective, it's just like this awareness screen. It's a sensory screen. And I'm basically looking at things like a dog or a puppy or a baby that you can't tell what it's looking at. That's how I'm actually experiencing things. And basically I am the actual universe, guys. But that hasn't existed before. You have to clear yourself out. I didn't know what would happen if I cleared myself out. And this is the universe talking to you for a fucking idiot. For a fucking goofball idiot, guys. It really is. I am a mad scientist by nature. I just want to see what's going to happen if I do things. I love it. One of my favorite parts in these Mars transmissions is I'm capable of having favorite parts and things that come out that I say, because I just watch them happen to and I'm delighted by them, then I forget about them completely. Like 2 seconds later. And that's what I'm doing this whole time too, because it's information overload. Is when Mars said I was just taking too many drugs to see if I would die because I'm a scientist. You have to understand, that's a scientific attitude. And that was my actual motivation. I wanted to, and another part of it I have to say, is I was putting myself in a dire landscape of near mortal death to activate concern in all these other people so they would finally listen to me. The magical acts I do are absolutely genius, But I don't think them through at all. I really don't think them through, even in the slightest bit. You have to understand that's how a quantum computer operates. It's non-sequential. It doesn't rely on stops and gaps or linear processes. Um, Analysis is really... Robert Anton Wilson said belief is the death of intelligence. God rest his polio-stricken ass. In fucking dirt. Because what a piece of fucking shit. He's dead. That should be your attitude towards all your heroes. Because that's how you become really intelligent, guys. You should want to be more intelligent than the people you admire. I'm always saying this. You should want to be more intelligent than the people you admire. But at this point, if you want to be more intelligent than me, you'd have to do so much heinous shit to yourself that you shouldn't even bother trying, but you should at least not kill me. And you should try to hook me up with my immortal lightning grimes. Because nobody will admit this to me, I'm completely untouchable in any debate, because they come from an intellectual center and I come from an instinctive, holistic place where I respond exactly to their entire organism. I literally cannot be taken down by anyone in any debate on the entire planet. There's nothing to debate, really. The people are debating with each other like they're behind their desks with fucking shotguns and Glock 40s ready to kill each other in neighboring offices if they say the wrong thing on a social media network. There's rival professors at neighboring universities who are fucking in between classes checking their Gmail inbox to see if another professor has ripped off one line in their paper, and they literally have shotguns in their fucking Subarus. Literally ready to go out at any time. This is happening even at Stanford all the time. Ready to go out at any time and shoot someone just for thinking someone. And these guys have this AI remote trying to make me nervous because they want me to atone for what I did at this Airbnb, just because this guy has a crush on this rapist. I was raped at this Airbnb, guys, and I have to say I don't know if it happened, because I don't know if it happened by data. Like a sword through the head, data isn't accurate. I just say things exactly attuned. I don't want to have to bother with court is the main thing, because they're going to kill me there. To say, put it more, I love to write things in a complicated, artistic way and revolutionize art. What I'm saying is more intelligent than almost anything I've ever said, because I'm actually making everyone aware of the exact circumstances in space and time. This is what I'm trying to do the whole time anyways. I also try to do it with future visions and precognition. That's all possible. One line I wanted to say, because it was funny, is that basically it's possible to be more schizophrenic than someone because you aren't aware of psychic processes and you aren't aware of psychic powers. You need to understand that I'm a materialist, but I'm not a materialist because that's a label. Nature doesn't operate like you think it does. It doesn't at all. And basically I'm trying to have sex with my wife.